This evening, and I'm going to be talking about unfair competitive advantage for impact, influence, and income. If you want to have more impact, influence, and income so that you can be more, do more, and have more, then you're in the right place, because this is the place to make it happen. Now, in this presentation, I will reveal to you my exact 5-step formula to position experts as celebrities.
This is the second time I've been here. So I'm a really busy mom, busy schedule. So what makes someone do the same event twice? Results. This event gives you more transformation than anything else you're going to do. If you want to get booked on TV, if you want to be a celebrity, nobody can coach you like Clint can.
That's right, my friends. Nobody can do it, because I am the only person who has coached 1,881 at the last count, authors, speakers, coaches, consultants, advisors, and experts of every kind, including hundreds of doctors, nurses, nutritionists, and medical experts. And I've worked with every kind of person, every kind of expert, and I know everything that's out there in the market. You now have the highest prices and a 3-page waiting list. You're the most in-demand pediatrician in Charlotte, North Carolina.
True story. That is a true story.
And was it like that 6 months ago?
No.
6 months ago, you had plenty of openings. Oh, we can.
Plenty of openings.
What day would you like to come in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're just about the same as everybody else, price-wise.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it's like, I'm sorry, we have a waiting list. And we're the most expensive. I just want you to know, we don't take insurance.
Yeah.
We're most expensive. It's cash only. And we'll be happy to put you on the waiting list. Oh, yes, please. And what can I do to get off the waiting list? How does it feel to be the most in demand?
It feels good. I'll tell you, it feels suffocating at the same time. It's suffocating at the same time.
Careful what you wish for, because if you've been looking for the breakthrough, then that is really what you have come to receive today. And in addition to revealing my 5-step formula for how to position yourself like an expert, I'm also going to share with you some amazing things that I've learned from Dr. Oz, Mike Tyson, Martha Stewart, Ringo Starr, Ice-T, Grant Cardone, most interesting man in the world, Buzz Aldrin, the second man to walk on the moon, Tony Robbins, Snoop Dogg, and Oprah. Yep, I'm going to reveal the most important thing that each of them has ever learned. Now, when I met Mick Jagger, I said, Sir Mick, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, you can't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you might find you get what you need. And you may not have come here wanting to be a celebrity. A lot of people don't want to be a celebrity because they don't really understand that celebrity is just a marketing tool to help you to have more impact, influence, and income. It's an unfair competitive advantage so that you can be more, do more, and have more. But if you didn't come here wanting that, I'm here to tell you it is what you need. And the good news is that it's not going to require you to give up any of your privacy. It's not going to require you to have paparazzi camping out on your doorstep. It's just a little marketing tool. And when used effectively, it can generate massive impact, influence, and income, even if you're still nobody. Because chances are, you don't know who I am yet, but you're going to find out and you're going to see, and I'm telling you, this strategy has worked wonders for me and for a lot of my friends.
I just want to say that when I first met Clint, I didn't believe anything he said, that he could possibly come through on what he promised. But he has, gave him a chance, and he has come through above and beyond. And I'm glad that I gave him a chance, and I do it again and again.
Yeah, she give me the chance again and again, and I'm sure that you will too.
I mean, we're so often out of our comfort zone when we ask for ourselves. And you mentioned that that's an important thing to ask of yourself, is How comfortable are you not being comfortable in your comfort zone?
Right. Yeah, pushing through your limits. You know, life begins where your comfort zone ends. And the more you push outside of your everyday life and your boundaries, the more you're going to grow as a person and achieve in this world and create as a legacy.
It's scary.
Okay. That's when it's great, is when it's scary.
Yeah, I really believe all of that. I believe that if this is at all uncomfortable or scary for you, then you're 100% in the right places, because that's where all of the personal growth comes from, when you're outside of your comfort zone. And I tell you what, the scariest times of my life have resulted in the greatest amounts of personal growth and professional growth, and even making more money. And if you're interested in that stuff and this is at all uncomfortable and scary, then congratulations, you're in the right spot. Now, when I met Mike Tyson, I said, "Champ, what's the most important thing you ever learned?" He said, "Stay humble." And that's exactly what he said and exactly how he said it. And I really want to underscore the fact that a lot of people don't understand the word celebrity. They think that that is about ego. They think that that's about fame. They think that that is about being all that in a bag of chips. And celebrity, the way I mean it, meaning celebrity entrepreneurship, is not about any of those things. Celebrity entrepreneurship is about one thing only. It's about marketing so that you can have more impact, influence, and income. That's exactly what it's about. And when I met Martha Stewart, I said, "Martha, what's the most important thing you ever learned?" She said, "My daddy told me that I could be anything." And I believed him. And guys, I'm telling you, you can be anything that I show you here today. I'm going to show you a bunch of stuff, and everything that I'm showing you is stuff that I have delivered for clients. I got a lot of clients who have all the things that I've showed you so far and much, much more. And if I'm showing it to you, it's because I know 100% that I can deliver it for you, including pictures like this. When I met Ringo Starr, I said, "Sir Ringo, what's the most important thing you ever learned?" He said, "I get high with a little help from my friends." And you know, you've heard that saying, it's not what you know, but who you know. And that really is true, but it's not true in the way you think it is. See, by the fact that you showed up right now, you showed up in this webinar, you have met me. I'm the guy who's not Ringo Starr in this picture. And by meeting me, it has opened up a whole world of possibilities for you that you may not have even known existed. And my goal is to help my friends to get higher status, higher revenues, higher levels of impact, higher achievements of influence. That's what it's really all about for me and for everyone in my community of celebrity entrepreneurs. When I met Ice-T, I said, "Ice, what's the most important thing you ever learned?" And by the way, I'm here backstage in the dressing room at Carnegie Hall. And that's Ice and his wife and me and my beautiful wife, Allie. And I said, "Ice, what's the most important thing you ever learned?" He said, "Don't expect anybody to wake up with your dream. If you want to make your dreams happen, you got to make it happen. It's up to you. Nobody's going to wake up with your dream. Nobody's going to make things happen for you. It's completely 100% up to you to make stuff happen." And that's why you're on this webinar. And I congratulate you for being here, because this is a webinar for people who really want to make things happen. For people who want impact, influence, and income. I am going to show you how to invest your time, energy, and a little bit of money to make it happen for you.
1 year ago, I was closing less than 30% in my dinner seminars. And today, I'm closing more than 60%.
Between year 1 and year 3, we're up $1 million each.
I have increased my fee at 80% and have more than 100 patients in my waiting list. I went from a 6-figure practice to a 7-figure practice.
Wow.
Wow.
You now have the highest prices and a 3-page waiting list. You're the most in-demand pediatrician
in Charlotte, North Carolina.
True story. That is a true story.
And was it like that 6 months ago?
No.
6 months ago, you had plenty of openings. Oh, we can.
Plenty of openings.
What day would you like to come in? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're just about the same as everybody else, price wise.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it's like, I'm sorry, we have a waiting list and we're the most expensive. I just want you to know, we don't take insurance.
Yeah.
We're most expensive. It's cash only. And we'll be happy to put you on the waiting list. Oh, yes, please. And what can I do to get off the waiting list? How does it feel to be the most in demand?
It feels good. I'll tell you, it feels suffocating at the same time. It's suffocating at the same time because it's a lot. It's a lot coming at me. And I'm the one have to making all the decisions. And I have to say these new prices. And well, I mean, my team does too. But it was a lot coming at the same time from every direction.
Yeah, success can be a lot. But if you have an understanding of marketing and the power and importance of positioning, it can be yours. And it can also tangentially, and most probably more importantly, increase your confidence, your status, and your credibility. And confidence is the name of the game. People come to you because they want solutions. The more confident you are in presenting your solutions, the more you're going to have impact, influence, and income. The higher your status in the eyes of your customers and prospects, the more you're going to have impact, influence, and income. And the more credibility you have, the more believable you are, the more people are going to be willing to pull out their credit cards and sign up for whatever you want them to do. However you prescribe a solution for them, they're going to be willing to do it. Now, if you know who this man is, type his name in the chat. Go ahead, type his name. See? Now that's Grant Cardone. And when I asked Grant, what's the most important thing he ever learned? He said, nobody knows who you are. That's your number one problem. Nobody knows who you are. And the interesting thing is that really nobody knows hardly, his customers and prospects know who he is, but here I am at a very fun event. Check it out. This is at the Harvard Club in New York City with 30 financial advisors. Great. There he is. Anybody in this room know who that person is? Anybody? Not one person. Okay. Uncle G. So fantastic. Nobody knows who he is, but these people know who he is. Here he is at his 9,000 person conference called 10X at Mandalay Bay Convention Center. He's had 30,000 person conferences for entrepreneurs. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to celebrity entrepreneurship. When you are a celebrity entrepreneur, your customers and prospects know who you are, and the rest of the world has no idea. And your customers and prospects will pay you a lot of money. Like all the people down here, we're paying $10,000 to be sitting right here. All right. Now, when I shared the stage at an event sponsored by the Entrepreneurship Students Club of Harvard Business School at the Harvard Faculty Club, Jonathan Goldsmith, the most interesting man in the world from the Dos Equis beer commercials, was one of the other speakers. I said, Jonathan, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, stay thirsty, my friend. Now, I know that is a line from the commercials, but I really do believe that it's a great philosophy of life. If you can remain thirsty for new knowledge, new strategies, new ideas, it's going to help you to advance your life in a multitude of directions. When I shared the stage at West Point with Apollo 11 astronaut Buzz Aldrin, second man to walk on the moon, I said, Buzz, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, nothing is impossible. That guy would know. He walked on the freaking moon. And I'm telling you, everything that I've shown you here today is possible for you. I keep showing you stuff. And I know you keep thinking, oh, well, Clint, yeah, that's possible for you. No, I'm telling you, everything I've showed you today, I've made available and possible for every one of my clients who was willing to step up and grab it. You got to get what you can get when you can get it. I've had the great privilege to share this message at NASDAQ. And I've had this privilege to share this message at the USC Business School's Lloyd Grief Center for Entrepreneurial Studies. That's me and my daughter. when she was a junior at USC, she came to that speech. It's really the only speech of mine that she ever came to. And when I was done speaking in the class, the professor gave us each one of these hats. Very nice, professor. Usually when I get done speaking, I'm tabulating sales. I'm counting up, did I make 5 figures or 6 figures? That's usually what I'm doing when I'm done speaking. But at this one, they gave us a hat, and that was nice because I love the logo of this hat. See, that logo of this hat is the most genius summation of what it means to really be an entrepreneur. And I want you to look closely at the logo itself. What is it about that logo? What is it saying? See, what is special about that one dot? Yes, it's outside of the circle. It's different because it's outside the circle, but the way it's different is that it's higher. And really, all of my work is focused on this idea of getting higher. How do you get higher in the eyes of customers and prospects? Now, the good news is that if you want to get higher in the eyes of your customers and prospects, if you really want more impact, influence, and income, if you really want it, it is available to you today. And at the end of this presentation, I'm going to make you a super special offer of how you can get what I'm talking about today. Now, my whole journey with this began when I was just a kid. I went to Stuyvesant High School, top math science high school in New York City. I'm really a scientist. Everything I do is scientific method, reverse engineering, mathematical formulas. Everything I do is based on scientific analysis. And for me, I always wanted to be somebody special. And when I was a young man in high school, I decided the way I want to get to be special is I want to go to the Wharton Business School. And sure enough, I went to the Wharton Business School and graduated with a 4.0 GPA in entrepreneurship. And when I was all done getting my diploma, I went home to get the attaboys from my parents. And what happens? They get into the hugest fight of all time. Did your parents ever argue when you were growing up? Well, with me, my family, all they ever did was argue. And this time, it was the worst explosion of all. My dad gets up off the couch, storms out the front door, slams the door to the apartment. And I turn to my mom and I go, you know, Mom, the way he resents you all these years, have you been cheating on Dad? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, where the heck did that question come from? I never thought that question before. And then I'm thinking, what kind of rude son of a gun asks his own mom a question like that? And then I'm thinking, why ain't she answering the question? Then she says, he's not your real father. Your real father was a doctor who worked at the fertility clinic we went to for 6 years trying to have you, and you look just like that guy. You say, what, Mama? Imagine how you would feel if in a split second, everything you thought you knew about who you were, poof. Not only didn't I know who I was anymore, I sure as heck didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up anymore. So the next day, I get on the phone, I call up the vice president of the investment bank on the 87th floor of number 1 World Trade Center. I said, sir, thank you for the offer. I've decided I don't want to be an investment banker anymore. And what did I do? Naturally, I ran off to Hollywood. Most people go to Hollywood to lose themselves. I went there to find myself, and I found myself becoming somebody very special. Indeed, I became the Wharton taxi driver. Yeah, that's right. Where were you on December 31st, 1999? Were you partying with family and friends? Were you at an ATM getting your Y2K cash? I was behind the wheel of yellow cab number 6087. And in the back seat of my cab that night were these 2 guys who were MBA interns at Goldman Sachs. And I'm listening in on their conversation. Hey, man, did you hear about Mr. Carrera? They made him the last partner of Goldman Sachs right before the IPO, and he cashed out $1 gazillion. I turn around and go, hey, you guys talking about Chris Carrera? How do you know Mr. Carrera? Hey, guys, this was Chris Carrera right there. See? This was me. This was Chris Guerrero. And that was the night I said, I can't keep throwing my life away like this. And after 13 years of chasing the Hollywood dream, I said, I got to do something else. Now, a lot of people ask me, Clint, do you resent all those years that you wasted making $500 a week while your fraternity brothers were becoming millionaires, a lot of them even billionaires? And no, really, because I learned what they don't teach you at the Wharton Business School, Harvard Business School, USC Business School. See, there was a lot of people who could have interviewed me on the Today Show. A lot of, probably thousands of Columbia Journalism School graduates live in the New York area. They could have hired any of them for like $100 to interview me on the Today Show. Plenty of them would have done it for free, but they hired Brooke Shields. Why? Because she's somebody, see? And this is the most important lesson, especially for experts. Like, if you offer services or products that others are offering in your geographic area, in your town, in your city, in your state, hey, you have to work on the most important thing, and that is becoming a bigger who in the eyes of your customers and prospects, because who you are is more important than what you actually do or sell. And my goal for myself and my clients is to raise our status in the eyes of customers and prospects, making us a bigger who in the eyes of customers and prospects. That is the most important thing in business. When I asked Tony Robbins, I had the great privilege of hosting his 60th birthday party just a couple months ago in Los Angeles. I said, Tony, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, life is happening for us. Yeah. And I know a lot of people feel like this pandemic has been a big inconvenience, but man, I'll tell you what, the pandemic turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened for me and my wife. And if you have the right attitude, life is really happening for us. And that's why you're on this webinar. I mean, who knows the things that conspired to put you in this room so that you could benefit from this unique presentation.
So I have worked with Tony Robbins for several years, and I have paid more than $200,000 per year to work with Tony. I have worked with Peter Diamandis, which I admire, respect, and love. And every time I work with him, I have to pay over $50,000. I have worked with Grant Cardone and several trainees. I have spent more than $60,000 per year to work with him. So what we are paying to you is nothing compared to what we get. The difference with all these people and Clean is that he actually cares in a very personalized way to each one of us. The other is just big name brands, and I love them. I'm very grateful to be working with them, but I don't think they actually know my name. So I have barely speak to Clean, and when I raise my hand, he said my name. He knows me by name. That means a lot for all of us because he's really interested in your success or my success in this moment. So I didn't plan to speak. I didn't wanted to come here. But after hearing every one of you guys, I just want to make sure that you understand that what you get is far more valuable for what you pay, for what we pay. So thank you so much, Clint.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you.
See, that was just a couple months ago, August 7, 8, 9, as a matter of fact, at CNN Center in Atlanta. And at that event, I taught everybody my 5 methodologies of being a celebrity entrepreneur. I wrote about it in this book, Celebrity Entrepreneurship. I actually created celebrity entrepreneurship, and it is the most important thing to be a celebrity entrepreneur, a celebrity in the eyes of your customers and prospects. So I told you, you were going to discover how to do that. How do you do that? Well, to get this unfair competitive advantage of being a celebrity entrepreneur, the first thing that all celebrity entrepreneurs do is they speak at very important places. I showed you Grant Cardone speaking at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. You know, Tony Robbins speaks at all kinds of giant arenas, things like that. You need to be what I call VIP speaker, speaking at very important places. And this is one of the most important things that I make possible for my clients. The second aspect of celebrity entrepreneurship, the second methodology, is called celebrity attachments. And that's really what I've been doing to you throughout this entire presentation, is showing you me with major celebrities. And that is a wonderful way to raise your status in the eyes of customers and prospects. Next is television. Television is fantastic, super powerful, not as easy as the previous two. See, VIP speaking, I have VIP speaking events where my clients get to speak and make videos and get photos. I do that. I also have celebrity attachment opportunities for clients. I also teach people how to book themselves on TV, but that is a little bit more advanced than those other two that I just previously mentioned, because it takes initiative on your part. That's why I put it below those first two. The fourth element of celebrity entrepreneurship is writing best-selling books. I showed you one of my many best-selling books, Celebrity Entrepreneurship. As you're aware, Tony Robbins has best-selling books. Every celebrity entrepreneur has best-selling books. And lastly is awards. Winning awards is a key element of celebrity entrepreneurship. The first couple of slides I showed you featured two of my awards. Dan Kennedy anointed me his Information Marketer of the Year, and the Financial Advisors Association that I spoke at named me their highest rated speaker. Those are the 5 elements of celebrity entrepreneurship. And I teach them all over the place. Here I am teaching them at an event at Mercedes. And you see this part right here. This is my mathematical formula for how to be a celebrity entrepreneur. So this is VIPS, that's VIP speaking. And there I am being a VIP speaker in front of a nice audience at a very important place, Mercedes-Benz Corporation. What does VIP speaking do for you?
All right, so after doing the NASDAQ video, I immediately landed a $20,000 contract. And now anytime I speak to a prospect, there's no question on the size of the company, credibility, who we are. They know right out of the box that we are someone of content and someone to be respected.
Yeah, man, that's VIP speaking. Here's another VIP speaking.
I have made $400,000 just at speaking at NASDAQ. And from there, I have actually did the speaking training. Be a VIP speaker. You have to. I got hired to do a CEO roundtable groups across the country, getting paid $500 an hour, and also all my expenses paid for. You've got to do it.
Now, what you can learn from that video right there is that you don't have to be a great speaker to be a VIP speaker. You're going to see further videos from this speaker. His name is Will Nobles, and he's really accomplished some amazing things, and he's really come a long way as a speaker. But all the whole time that he was learning how to be a better speaker, he was making lots of money as a VIP speaker.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Dennis Mariano, your holistic integrative chiropractic doctor, and just to be connected to this family. And I really think this is what it is. It's not a business thing. It's a family. He's created a family of people who are high caliber, who really want to make a difference in this world. It's such an incredible experience. And if you haven't been to one yet, I mean, I would recommend you go to all of them. Just pour your heart, soul, and money into it, because your ROI is going to be insane. Like, you can't even imagine what this guy does. It's not been done anywhere else. And guess what? Here's another important thing. It's not going to last forever. Yeah. So there may not be another this. There may not be another event. You got to get it when you can get it, and you got to show up. And Clint's amazing, and Ali as well. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you at an event soon.
Yeah, you really do have to show up. And I know these are unusual times and travel's not so easy, but you got to get what you can get when you can get it. And what I want to do right now is tell you how you can become a VIP speaker and have more impact, influence, and income by speaking at the New York Academy of Medicine. That is going to be, I have a special event happening in New York City That is December 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, that's just a couple weeks from now in New York City. And by showing up at this event, you will get 5 minutes to tell your story of who you are and why you are special at the New York Academy of Medicine. And I'll tell you what, when you do that, you're going to start creating some massive impact and influence and income for your career.
1 year ago, I was closing less than 30%. And today, I'm closing more than 60% because of the training Clint has given me, because of speaking at big events like the Howard Club of Boston, NASDAQ, West Point, Mercedes, Coca-Cola, you name it. And I even signed up for the next 3 events. So if you are looking to change your business, if you're looking to bring your business to the next level, this is where you have to be. So thank you, Clint.
If you're doing dinner seminars, or even if you're just talking to patients one-on-one in your office, you need to be a VIP speaker if you want to maximize your impact, influence, and income. Now, of course, I'm going to provide pre-event online training. My webinars are legendary because they prepare you for massive ROI. And at the event, I guarantee that you are going to walk away with at least 11 massive takeaways to ensure lasting results. And if you don't feel like you got at least 11 takeaways, I will refund every penny that you have paid.
So we just had the most phenomenal event ever, okay? And so Clint promised us 21 takeaways, but I got 153 takeaways written down and stuff that really impacted me. I'm not just writing every stuff down, stuff that impacted me in a massive, massive way. And Clint was saying stuff, but it should have been a takeaway. And he's just like talking, but it should have been a number. It should have been a number. So I'm 53, baby.
How come you only get 11? This was a 3-day event. This New York City event is going to include 1 day of main stage training at the New York Academy of Medicine. It's going to be taking place all over New York. As you see, I'm showing you how you can get what I've been talking about thus far. This presentation is almost over, as a matter of fact. And I'm in the process of showing you what you're going to get. And at the 1-day New York Academy of Medicine training, I guarantee I'm going to deliver you at least 11 takeaways so that you can have more impact, influence, and income. I will also deliver my own unique personal and professional transformation during this 4-day experience.
This was my second event with Clint, and I have been to a lot of personal and professional development conferences and seminars, and I've even seen the behind the scenes in some of those. What he pulled off this weekend was nothing short of impossible. Given everything going on in the world and just the fact that there's so many naysayers out there right now, not only did he deliver incredible content and incredible celebrities, but it was just such a welcoming community, and I'm so proud to have been a part of it.
How do you feel now compared to how you were 2 days ago?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's a personal transformation, not just in self-confidence and seeing that you can be a part of that kind of community, but I think just learning more about myself and what I'm capable of and what's capable of becoming of the world, right? Like mirroring Clint, following his advice, following his example. I have a great outlook coming for the rest of the year.
Yeah, see, you're going to come here. By the way, notice she talked about what I pulled off being impossible. I did that CNN event August 7, 8, 9. That was during the peak of COVID. During the pandemic, not one person got sick, not one. We had 137 people show up for that event, including 87-year-old Surgeon General of the United States, Jocelyn Elders, 15th Surgeon General of the USA. She didn't get sick, nobody got sick. And I pull off these things because I know what I'm doing and I know how to make things happen no matter what. I've had so many adversities to overcome, and your adversities become your advantage. That's what's happened with me, and that's how I'm able to pull these things off. Everything I'm showing you, and especially what I'm offering you right now, is all contracted, and it's all going to happen. We're going to be happening in less than a month. It's going to be happening in New York City. And if you want it, if you want to get that unique personal and professional transformation and masterminding that I facilitate through my networking events, our networking is off the chart. Why is it off the chart? Because of the way we host our networking events.
I met a lot of the people who came, very high quality, high powerful people. And through the years, I've done business with these people. I've then taken my assets and put them all over social media, the internet, taking the pictures. It's improved my show ratios to the dinner. It's on all our marketing and it's on all our email signatures. So it's really just jumped our marketing up to a new level. And between year 1 and year 3, we're up $1 million a year.
Yeah, you will meet a lot of amazing people that you will do business with and do deals with or joint ventures with. It's a wonderful community.
When you double the prices and double the closing rate, that's quadrupling revenues, yes?
Yeah, yes.
Quadrupled.
I went from a 6-figure practice to a 7-figure practice.
Wow.
Wow.
What is the impact of quadrupling revenues? And I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to show you what the impact is, Dr. Deb, because I'm going to take the picture of you with the building. That's amazing. Okay. That's the impact of quadrupling revenues.
How would you like to move out of your rented office and move your clinic into a building that you own, like Dr. Deb?
And you want to do all these things. I'm going to scale Mount Everest and do whatever else it is I'm going to do. But then your daily routine kind of stops you. How do you break through all that?
Invest in yourself and in a mentor. I've invested so much money in mentorship, and that's what's allowed me to achieve so much.
Yeah, that's how you make things happen. That's how you rapidly advance your career. There's my big mentor, Dan Kennedy. He's made more millionaires than anybody, including me. I definitely think his mentorship transformed me into a millionaire. And if you don't know who he is, the guy was a living legend of entrepreneurial marketing. In fact, he inspired my conference at Carnegie Hall, where I had Martha Stewart and Ice-T and Coco and Jerry from Ben & Jerry's and Michael Gerber, who wrote the E-Myth. Dan Kennedy was supposed to be there. This was his Rolls Royce that he bought from Dean Martin. He was supposed to be there, but he got sick and was in hospice. And I had to literally step into the shoes of my mentor in order to deliver his last lecture for entrepreneurs. Guys, I love being a mentor, and I am a fantastic mentor, and I'm wanting a few more people to work with as mentees. And that can be you, if you're smart and if you're ready to take advantage of it. Because I told you I'd show you another video from Will Nobles. Check this one out.
This came directly from Clint and what I've done with Clint. The guy I went to high school with, he's the CFO of this company. I have not spoken to him in 22 years. It's not like we were buddies or anything. I mean, literally, I have not. He's just been following me on Facebook. He messaged me on Facebook and said, hey, for the past year and a half, I've seen you've been doing a lot of cool things. But not only did they sign a $1.2 million deal for the one part, they just signed the other deal that was right at $900,000.
So that's 2.1 total.
Just in that one client. Yep.
And what does that bring your overall total to be?
We're probably 4 million at this point.
Of new revenues attributable to celebrity entrepreneurship. Is that a thumbs up?
Absolutely, 100% yes.
See, the way this works is you do cool stuff as a celebrity entrepreneur. People who are following you on social media see the stuff that you're doing, and they are magnetically attracted to you, and they will start hitting you up, asking if they could become your client or that you can take care of them. And here's some of the results. Look, your results will most likely be different than these people here, but you see the numbers, you see the results of having an unfair competitive advantage. It makes perfect sense. Here's more results. This is what happens when you have an unfair competitive advantage. The worst that's going to happen for you is it's going to pay for yourself just to come here. If all this does is get you one new patient, it pays for itself. You know that, right? And I'm telling you, if you apply yourself, if you apply what you learn and what you get from the event, it will many times over pay for itself, many times over. I said, my main man, Snoop, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, life's too short to smoke cheap weed. And I'm telling you, my services are not cheap. I am not cheap, definitely not. I know my value and I'm not afraid to charge my value. And that's part of what I teach my clients how to do. But even though I've been stone cold sober since January 1st, 2014. See, I woke up day after going on the Today Show and I had achieved my big goal in life of having my unique impact when I shared my message on the biggest show on television. And I said to my wife, honey, I think I'm done drinking. And I'd already been accidentally quit from smoking marijuana for about 5 years at that point. So I don't smoke pot. I don't drink alcohol anymore. Haven't for almost 7 years. But as a matter of principle, what Snoop Dogg is saying is true. Life is too short to smoke cheap weed. It's way too short to do anything cheap, especially when it comes to investing in your personal development or in your marketing. You want to invest in great marketing, and the marketing I offer is the best. I said, Oprah, what is the most important thing you ever learned? She said, you are responsible for your own success. See, look back over her career. You know that Oprah has created her own success, and you need to do that right now. You need to be responsible for creating your own success, and you need to be responsible for taking action now, because this is a special offer today only, and I only have 5 availabilities. This only is available to 5 people. Only 5 of you are going to be able to get it. And I hope that's you. And if you're listening, you should be getting ready to get this. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? If you're getting this, you should be ready to get this, because today's special offer includes my 7-figure speaker secrets training. I'm going to train you on how to be a 7-figure speaker. And that means whether you're speaking to 1 person, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, these are the real things that I actually really do to make 7 figures a year as a speaker. Like, you know, I'm an author, a speaker, a coach, an entrepreneur. All the money is made by speaking. And every time I open my mouth, I'm making money. And I'm going to teach you what I actually do, not my syllabus, but what I actually do. This is a small group training, and in half a day, it's a half-day training program. And in just half a day, I'm going to make you 100% better as a speaker. That's what I deliver, because I really actually know what I'm doing. I have built my 7-figure information marketing business by paying to speak. That's right, 7 figures. So I think that would put me in the top 5% of all the earners in the National Speakers Association.
No, probably in the top 1%.
Okay, so thank you very much. I got chills down my spine from hearing you say that. That's one of my mentors, Joel Weldon. I've studied with 4 National Speakers Association Hall of Fame members, and he is one of them. And when he told me that I was in the top 1%, that's when I really knew that I was qualified to teach speaking to people, and that what I teach is different. What I teach is different than anything you've ever learned. In addition to the 7-figure speaker secrets training, you're also going to get a VIP speaking video of your 5-minute story at the New York Academy of Medicine. You'll have 5 minutes at the New York Academy of Medicine. It's on 5th Avenue in New York City. And we have this massive theater there. And I put this little inset photo because this is the podium and this is the logo. You're going to be speaking at this podium with this logo in your video. And you're going to get a professional 3-camera video that you're going to love, and that's going to represent you really well in the eyes of your customers and prospects. And you're also going to get photos that are going to position you as the VIP speaker. See, a lot of you didn't know. Remember that picture I showed you? Let's go back here for a second. Remember this picture I showed you of Grant Cardone? And he was speaking at his event. Now, you don't know anything about him. You just see this picture. You need photos and videos of your speeches because that's one of the most important ways that you demonstrate that you are a 7-figure speaker, that you are a VIP speaker. In addition to your VIP speaking video and 7-figure speaker training, you're also going to come to our Rainbow Room holiday networking party. And our networking, as you heard Dr. Steve Wander say, our networking is amazing. And that's partly because of the places that we do it. Now, the Rainbow Room has a very special place in my personal history. See, you remember that night where I was talking about Chris Carrera? I went back to my little boat that night that I was living on in Marina del Rey. I crawled into my bunk and I counted up my money from driving the taxi on New Year's Eve of the millennium. $513. I asked myself, where was Chris Carrera tonight? Partying at the Rainbow Room? See, I was supposed to be somebody special. I have told that story on stage 1,000,000 times. And when my wife told me that we could get the Rainbow Room for our holiday party for our community this year, I was blown away because 20 years ago, I was driving a cab, and now I'm going to be taking all my celebrity friends to dinner at the Rainbow Room. And it is going to be a just magical networking holiday party. We have room for 5 people to come and join us. And, just today, as a matter of fact, November 10th, the Rainbow Room was featured on the Today Show. And we're going to be serving this exact dish, the 1934 Rainbow Room filet mignon maréchale. It's a classic dish that's been served at the Rainbow Room. You'll be eating that. If you're a vegetarian, don't worry, there'll be vegetarian options, but that's what we're going to be serving at our holiday party at the Rainbow Room, and that's included in this package. And in addition to this VIP video of your 5-minute, in addition to the VIP speaking video, the Rainbow Room holiday party, the 7-figure speaker secrets, you're also going to be my guest on my radio show on 77 WABC Radio in New York City. And I host the greatest show of all time. And other people who have been on the show include Suzanne Summers was a guest on my show. Dr. Oz was a guest on my show. Dr. Drew was a guest on my show. Dr. Mark Siegel was a guest on my show. Martha Stewart was a guest on my show. Dr. Jocelyn Elders, 15th Surgeon General of the USA, was a guest on my show. Ice-T and his beautiful wife, Coco, were guests on my show. And you're going to be a guest on my show. You'll have 5 minutes to tell your story. And what's your story going to be? Well, hey, man, I'm going to include a one-on-one. This is a valuable bonus, really. A one-on-one story consultation with me. I usually can knock these out in 60 to 90 minutes. I've done hundreds of them, where I will talk to you about your life, and I will tell you my secret methodology of acquiring the best customers with storytelling. And I will pull out of your heart the story that is going to transform cold prospects into warm leads and hot customers for you. And you're going to have that story forever. And I'll tell you what, when you have a story like that, like Will Noble's, remember I told you I was going to show you many videos of him. Here he is as a guest on my show, the greatest show of all time. Here's his most recent video, it was last week.
Hey, Will Nobles here, and I'm at Clinton Alley's beautiful villa here in Acapulco, Mexico. And this is my 16th event writing a book with Clint. I've done all kinds of other events, but this one, just the mastermind event of actually writing my book.
16 events he's done with us. He's done 16 events. And there's a reason why he keeps coming back, my friends. There is a reason why. And the reason is, first of all, you've seen him develop as a speaker. Look at how much better he is as a speaker now than he was in the first video I showed you. Now look, here's the special offer. It's available today only, and there's only 5 spots available. Only 5 people can get this offer. If you want it, I suggest that you go to clint.com right now and be one of the first people to apply, because even though this package is easily valued at $25,490, see, the 7-figure speaker trainings is a $2,000 value, $1,995. The VIP speaking video of your 5-minute story at the New York Academy of Medicine, that's a $99.95 value, a $10,000 value. We've done many events where people have paid $10,000 to be a speaker at our events. The Rainbow Room holiday party networking event, easily $1,000. Hey, just the dinner alone is costing us $500 a person, okay? And that doesn't include the rest of what's going into that networking event. The VIP video of your 5-minute interview. In addition to being a guest on my radio show, you're gonna get a VIP speaking video. We're gonna shoot a beautiful professional video of you being interviewed, like Will Nobles in this picture right there. Above there, you're gonna get a video like that picture. That's part of this package. That's a $2,500 value. And the one-on-one story consult with me is a $10,000 value. That's what I charge to create stories for people, 10 grand. I told you, I'm not cheap. My services are not cheap. I know how to charge for my value. But I made this whole package for you, and I want you to think of it like, if you were to sign up with a publicist, just get an average publicist, it would be $5 grand a month. They put you on a contract for 6 months. They give you no guarantees. But if you were to get even part of this package, you would feel kind of satisfied. Like if you hired a publicist, I could see maybe they'd get you a speaking event. I don't know that you'd get a video of that. They might get you to be a speaker at something. They might get you invited to a party, like our Rainbow Room party, but it wouldn't be at the Rainbow Room. It would be at some, house somewhere or some venue. They might get you a decent radio interview, probably not in the #1 market in America, New York City, on 77 WABC radio on the greatest show of all time. But if they could get you on some good radio, that would be good. I mean, if you got those 3 things for your 6 months at $5,000 a month, that would actually be a pretty decent return or result for hiring a publicist. But you're not going to have to invest $25,000. This whole package is $4,995. Why is it so cheap? Because we have 5 places left, and we would like to have 5 super cool people get to experience our community, have our community experience you, and hopefully this will be the first of 16 events for you. This is only for new people who've never worked with us before. And in order to get this opportunity, you need to go to clint.com and you need to apply to become one of my mentees. Now, here's going to clint.com. This is what the website looks like. And you see the pictures there. And if you want to join us, okay, you will need to click on that bar right there and apply for MBA. That's basically what you're doing. And when you do that, I will be receiving that application and I will be reading it. It only takes just a couple minutes to fill it out. There's, your name, there's an earnings disclaimer, there's your cell phone, because I'm going to text you, your website. Have you written any books? Who are your other mentors? Why do you want to join us for this experience? How did you find out? You put in here A4M, and the participation ranges generally from 3,000 to 25,000. This is what I have, okay? This package for $49.95. This is the only offer available right now. This is what you can get. And I really strongly encourage you to get what you can get while you can get it. You certainly will never find another opportunity with this much value packed in here. Who knows if there are going to be other speaking opportunities in the United States anytime soon. And there will be more. Like, no matter what I do, I always over-deliver, and I will be over-delivering on this package. But get what you can get while you can get it. Go to clint.com, Clint with 3 T's.com, and fill out that application. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the New York Academy of Medicine. I'm looking forward to partying with you at the Rainbow Room, interviewing you on my top-rated radio show in the #1 market in New York City, and working with you personally on the phone to create your story. This package is only available today, only for the first 5 people who I accept. Please go to clint.com right now, CLINTTT.com, and fill out the application. And I will be looking forward to seeing you in New York City. That's going to wrap it up for this webinar. Thank you, A4M, for hosting it. And thank you, everybody. Have a great night and make your dreams your reality. Hey, I got one more thing that I want to show you guys. So just hold on. I got one more video, okay, that I really want to show you. Here it is. All right. This is an excerpt from my interview with Dr. Oz. When I got on the Today Show, I got a voicemail at 7:08 a.m. I was on the phone with the producer at 7:11 a.m. because they're not waiting for anybody. They're trying to fill a slot, right?
Got it, Clint. Exactly. I don't care how busy you are. I mean, listen, all of you are doing the right thing by being with Clint at his conference. It's a wise move. You're busy. I'm sure you have lots of other things you could have done, but you made time.
Hey, be wise. If there's one more thing I want to show you. Like there's so many things I want to show you. I wish I could show you all of them at one time. I want to go to my Instagram. Was it Instagram? Yeah. I saw this thing from Dr. Kellyanne today. Kellyanne Petrucci. Dr. Kellyanne. Yeah. No, Dr. Kellyanne. Boom. Here comes Dr. Kellyanne. Let me share you this part of my screen. One last thing I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to let you go. How do I share this part of my screen? Hold on. I need to new share. There we go. New share. Here we go. All right. Now, this is so rewarding because Dr. Kellyanne was one of my earliest clients. This was her story today on Instagram. Back at it. Stay tuned for my new Dr. Oz segment on this big diet craze you won't want to miss. The picture was taken on this exact day in 2017. I'm reminded how lucky I am to be part of Dr. Oz family all these years. I've learned so much. I've been privileged to educate the masses and have had a blast doing so. It's the best feeling when you're able to wake up and truly feel inspired and excited to go to work. And I just want to remind you of this video from way back. We've been together now for a long time. Here's the video from.
This is the second time I've been here. So I'm a really busy mom, busy schedule. So what makes someone do the same event twice? Results. This event gives you more transformation than anything else you're going to do. If you want to get booked on TV, if you want to be a celebrity, nobody can coach you like Clint can.
And the final thing I want to say to you is that when we did our event, like how did I do an event with 137 people and nobody got COVID during the peak of the pandemic in Atlanta? How did that happen? Well, I'm very cautious about all this stuff. And I want to show you some of the imagery from August. If you're not following me on Facebook, you should be my friend on Facebook. Just go to Facebook and look for Clint Arthur and be my friend on Facebook. And you'll see lots of great pictures. I want to bring up this stuff from the event in Atlanta with Dr. Oz. Maybe,
let's see how I can do this quickly, just by scrolling through here, I guess. But when we do